The most powerful great-grandfather, Vasishta, after hearing these words of Manu, understood the discrepancy on the part of the priest. Thus he spoke as follows to the son of the sun god.
This discrepancy in the objective is due to your priest's deviation from the original purpose. However, by my own prowess, I shall give you a good son.
O King Parikshit, after the most famous and powerful Vasishta made this decision, he offered prayers to the Supreme Person, Vishnu, to transform Ila into a male. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, being pleased with Vasishta, gave him the benediction he desired. Thus Ila was transformed into a very fine male named Sudyumna. O King Parikshit, that hero Sudyumna, accompanied by a few ministers and associates, and riding on a horse brought from Sindhu Pradesha, once went into the forest to hunt. He wore armor and was decorated with bows and arrows, and he was very beautiful. While following the animals and killing them, he reached the northern part of the forest. There in the north, at the bottom of Mount Meru, is a forest known as Sukumara, where Lord Shiva always enjoys with Uma. Sudyumna entered that forest. O King Parikshit, as soon as Sudyumna, who was expert in subduing enemies, entered the forest, he saw himself transformed into a female, and his horse transformed into a mare. When his followers also saw their identities transformed and their sex reversed, they were all very morose and just looked at one another.
Maharaj Parikshit said, O most powerful Brahmin, why was this place so empowered, and who made it so powerful? Kindly answer this question, for I am very eager to hear about this.
Great saintly persons who strictly observed the spiritual rules and regulations, and whose own effulgence dissipated all the darkness of all directions, once came to see Lord Shiva in that forest. When the goddess Ambika saw the great saintly persons, she was very much ashamed, because at that time she was naked. She immediately got up from the lap of her husband and tried to cover her breast. Seeing Lord Shiva and Parvati engaged in sexual affairs, all the great saintly persons immediately desisted from going further and departed for the ashram of Naranarayan. Thereupon, just to please his wife, Lord Shiva said, Any male entering this place shall immediately become a female. Since that time, no male had entered that forest. But now King Sudyumna, having been transformed into a female, began to walk with his associates from one forest to another. Sudyumna had been transformed into the best of beautiful women, who excite sexual desire, and was surrounded by other women. Upon seeing this beautiful woman loitering near his ashram, Buddha, the son of the moon, immediately desired to enjoy her. The beautiful woman also desired to accept Buddha, the son of the king of the moon, as her husband. Thus Buddha begot in her womb a son named Pururava. I heard from reliable sources that King Sudyumna, the son of Manu, having thus achieved femininity, remembered his familial spiritual master, Vasishta. Upon seeing Sudyumna's deplorable condition, Vasishta was very much aggrieved. Desiring for Sudyumna to regain his maleness, Vasishta again began to worship Lord Shankara, or Shiva. O King Parikshit, Lord Shiva was pleased with Vasishta. Therefore, to satisfy him and to keep his own word to Parvati, Lord Shiva said to that saintly person, Your disciple Sudyumna may remain a male for 1 month and a female for the next. In this way he may rule the world as he likes. Thus being favored by the spiritual master, according to the words of Lord Shiva, Sudyumna regained his desired maleness every alternate month, and in this way ruled the kingdom, although the citizens were not satisfied with this. O king, Sudyumna had 3 very pious sons named Utkala, Gaya, and Vimala, who became the kings of the Dakshinapata. Thereafter, when the time was ripe, when Sudyumna, the king of the world, was sufficiently old, he delivered the entire kingdom to his son Pururava and entered the forest.
Thus ends the first chapter of the 9th canto of the SHrimad Bhagavatam, entitled King Sudyumna Becomes a Woman.